so excited.
Let's do it.
I might not have stepped on a scale recently, but I know from how I'm feeling and how my clothes fit that I am overweight. I reached out to Sherry Zilio at the Diet Center knowing the amazing things she's been able to do for others.
It's the easiest, hardest program you'll ever do. It's easy because you don't have to calorie count, you don't have to point count, you don't have to carb count. We give you everything that you need, but you do have to use due diligence with every morsel you put in your mouth.
Right. How important is having the support in this process?
It's mission critical important. Most people cannot do this on their own. They've tried every diet out there and then they gain the weight right back and then they're depressed and then they eat more and then they gain even more and it's just never ending. Where we're gonna help keep you on track. When you're done with your weight loss, you still keep coming. You still come for at least a year. Studies have proven if you can keep your weight off for an entire year, most likely you've changed your lifestyle. And that's what we want you to do, is learn to embrace health. We're gonna keep you motivated so you get your goal weight.
Before I even walked through the front door, Sherry had me fill out a quick health profile at home to make sure I was good to go. I brought that with me to my initial consultation.
I looked at that, you have no health issues, thankfully.
After going over my assessment, it was time to take my measurements. First, height.
So you're actually 5'2.5".
Then, weight.
Okay, Emily, you ready for the moment of truth?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Let's do this.
I was about right.
161.2.
I was about what I thought. Oh man, not good, but definitely what I thought.
Next, out came the tape measure.
The first indicator of health, per the CDC, is your waist circumference. Yours was 34. A healthy waist circumference is 35 or less. So your waist is in a nice, healthy range, but you know, it's gonna get better.
And now, my body mass index.
The second indicator of health is your body fat.
Okay.
So per the CDC, for females between the age of 40 and 59, we'd like your body fat to be between 23 and 34. 36.8. You're 5'2", okay?
Oh
so
my
you're
gosh.
landing
Right on the middle. Oh, almost an obese. Pretty much an obese.
and we don't want obese attached to our name.
No, absolutely not.
When you're obese, that's when the comorbidities start hitting.
Yeah.
High blood pressure, high cholesterol. It's just not healthy to be obese.
So I came in just in time.
Just in time. It's great that you're here now and you're taking control of your health now before it gets worse.
That's right. Let's
because
do it.
the more you have to lose, the harder it is for you.
Sherry's next questions kind of threw me for a loop.
What's your goal weight? Where would you like to be? What's the least amount of weight you weighed as an adult that you felt really good and you were healthy?
22 years old. I was weighing about 126, 128. So
Okay.
I would love to be there again.
Let's
but
look on the BMI chart. And again, this is a guide. We really want to get that body fat down.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your waist is in a good area. So if 5'2", you want to get to 128.
I'd say 128.
That would be perfect.
Okay.
So let's make your goal weight 128. 161.2 minus 128 is 33.2 pounds. That's what we have you down for is your goal weight.
Nice.
Okay?
Okay.
So I'm
I
going
can
to say
you can see me losing 33 pounds.
in about 3 months. If you
Wow.
follow the diet 100%.
Okay.
Now, if you deviate all the time, you can take this as long or as short a time as you want, but most people just want the weight off.
yeah.
So in 3 months, you'll be a whole new person.
So we're talking May, June, July, August. By
Yes.
August, you're saying that I could be at my goal weight.
If you follow it 100%, yes.
That is such motivation.
Yes,
Ah, I'm feeling so inspired.
you should be. It's great. It's going to change your life.
I'm so excited.
You're going to feel good. You're going to look good. And who doesn't want to be on the healthy ranges?
I want to be on the healthy range.
Yes. I'm sorry, you're hitting
Yes,
middle
I
age.
am, totally.
And you're probably hitting perimenopause.
Uh-huh.
These are the times where you want to take control right now and take immediate corrective action to take control of your health. Once you start hitting over the age of 30, you start losing muscle mass. Muscle is the engine that burns the fat, so you've probably lost a little bit of muscle. You haven't worked out, right?
No, absolutely not.
So we'd love for you to start working out, like
Yeah.
30 minutes a day, that's all you need. Menopause does not do nice things for us women. Your hormones store in fat, and they don't act properly when they're stored in fat. You
Sure.
want to be at your healthiest, so you feel your best and you're healthy and vital. As we age, you want to be able to move around and do things, and you don't want to be taking a bunch of medication, do you?
Oh, no.
Because they all have side effects.
Exactly.
So we're gonna get you nice and healthy. You ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, Emily, here's your numbers. Here's your
Okay.
BMI. Here's your weight. Here's your measurements. Here's your body fat. say goodbye, because they won't be here next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Won't miss ya.
Now we're going to teach you about the program and what you're going to eat.
Day 1 for breakfast, cereal. There's no guesswork because everything is portioned out.
And you should not be hungry. We are not a starvation diet.
Time to log my food.
You should feel lots of energy. The first week, like I told you, you're gonna detox off all the sugar and the bad carbs. So you may feel a little bit yucky for the first couple days.
I am just wiped.
I promise you, right around day 4, you're gonna get a surge of energy, you're gonna sleep better, and you will not be hungry.
I made it 1 week, just 11 more weeks to go. I do feel great and I definitely have my energy back and I can't wait for my 1 week check-in with Sherry to see how I'm doing. So, wish me luck. Well, I've been on this weight loss journey for several weeks now, and I have to say it is not easy. And the support that I get from the coaches here at the Diet Center is so wonderful. And you know what? I have a success story to tell you about a couple that did this together who just show that support, even with a friend or a coworker or somebody else to do a diet with, can help you even more so than just the coaching alone. Take a look at this. Diana, Tom, so glad you could be here on AM Buffalo with us this morning to talk about your weight loss journey, because for me, I'm on the journey with you. I feel this every step of the way with you and how important it is to get healthier. Can you tell the folks at home why it was so important for you to even start on this journey?
Health, more than anything. I was telling you, I was interviewing some friends, music friends, and I saw myself in the video and saw myself looking pale and overweight, and I didn't recognize me anymore. Yeah. And I felt like if I continue on this path, I'm not going to make it. And Diane and I were so happy together, and I want to have a long life. And we said we need to do something. And I've been friends with Sherry since I was 4 years old, and I called her up and said, help us.
Help us, right.
And she did.
Yeah. And so how much between the two of you have you lost, individually and together?
I had lost 80 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yes.
And I lost 82. And now that we're healthier,
yeah,
there's just no limit to where we can go.
So what is your message to other couples who might be out there watching this and they say, you know what, I can't do this by myself, but we do everything together and we've gained our weight together, but we just don't know what to do next? What do you tell those folks who might be sitting there saying, we can't do it?
They can. You can. You absolutely can. I mean, I've got a few of my friends that are the same way.
Right.
And it's a commitment. I mean, you have to be committed to it. It's definitely not easy.
You're doing it, you know.
But but it works. It works.
Yeah.
And when you see like our little videos of our reception and you see yourself and you're like, wow, I got into that suit and it looks good. Mm-hmm. And after you see those old pictures where you're either ashamed to even look at them, it gives you a great feeling. If you have each other's backs, if you support each other,
all the difference.
You can do anything.
Anything that I didn't ask you that you said, you know what, I've got to mention this, or this is definitely moving, something important for people to know?
Just believe in yourself. Don't be afraid. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid. The folks here at the Diet Center, they literally changed their life, and they're not intimidating. Mm-hmm. They're your friends. They keep you on track. You get to a point where you want to do well that week for them, so you're not letting them down, really. I mean,
right.
You know, and when you come in and you only like lose a little bit, you're like, I'm sorry, you know, like right. I should have done better, you know, or and then they're like, no. I mean, it's just believe and have faith, and you can do it.
Welcome back to AM Buffalo on this fabulous Friday. If you've been following me on my weight loss journey with the Diet Center, then you know that I have lost 30 pounds on this program since May. Can you believe that? I am just 2 pounds away from reaching my goal weight, and I am so grateful to them and to all of you for your support going through this, because it's not easy to lose weight. And you know what? I have to say, I'm also very grateful to meet the people who are also on this journey with me, the folks who are doing the Diet Center program, because they are truly an inspiration. We love to talk to them to find out what it is that made them decide they needed to lose weight, and also what keeps them going. And today we're bringing you the story of Jim Hardy. He is an accountant, and what a great perspective on this, because a lot of people ask me, is it expensive? Well, let's talk to an accountant, shall we? Here he is. Jim Hardy, thank you so much for being on AM Buffalo. This means so much to us because you have lost an amazing amount of weight with the Diet Center. 85 pounds. How does that make you feel?
Wonderful. I can do so many things now that I couldn't do before. I was basically immobile, you know. I mean, I had kept my job, I went to work, and I have a sitting job, you know, I'm an auditor. Right. But come home and, you know, in the chair, you know, and that was it. And I was in a lot of pain too.
Oh, yeah.
So that prevented me from walking. It was like a vicious circle.
Tell me about your weight. Where were you at that time?
I was 330, well, when I first started here I was 331, but then I was like 336.
And your goal weight is?
230.
230. Where are you in the process?
245.
So you're almost there.
I'm almost there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So the program that you're on is specifically, it's not the keto version, it's the alternative version. Tell
Right.
us about how it works for you.
Well, it's, for breakfast I have one of their products, cinnamon cereal. It's delicious. I love it. I have to stop myself from having two, you know, so it's really good. I have that and a banana. At lunch, I have a soup, which is really good here, and a yogurt, and 2 cups of vegetables.
Do you think the Diet Center gave you the structure you needed?
Absolutely, and the accountability. You know, you have to be accountable, and they coach you through it. They help you so much, and if you're not perfect a week, they don't like harp on you. They're not expecting perfection, but it's just whatever you do, whatever you eat is going to affect you. So if you have a deviation, they say, well, you know, look what happened this week. You know, you don't want to do that. So, you know, next week try to do better. What can you do to, you know, take your mind off that, or, you know, reach for something healthier? Yeah. And so they've definitely helped. And without it, I would have never been able to do it.
Yes. Well, you're doing a great job. So continue, and congratulations. This is really great, and we'll be continuing to follow your story, because I think a lot of people could learn and be inspired by what you've done so far. This is great, Jim. Thanks for being on AM Buffalo.
Thanks. Can I say one quick thing?
Sure.
I just wanted to thank my wife, because she's helped a lot with buying the food. You know, she works at Wegmans. Yeah. You know, so she brings the food home, and
fresh food. I know you got to have constant fresh food, right?
Right. And she's prepared it, and you know,
what's your wife's name?
Ahead of time, Lourdes.
Thanks, Lourdes.
And the other thing I wanted to mention real quick is people worry about the cost and everything. Well, let me tell you what. I was saving money by doing this program.
Me too.
Compared to what I was spending on the fast food and the sugary, my wife always calls it sugary goodness, but it's really sugary badness. You know, I'm saving money, you know, absolutely. So this program is, you know, even if, you know, somebody at home is spending a lot of money on, you know, the bad junk food and that, spend it here. Yeah. And the food tastes great, and you're going to be happy, and the results speak for themselves, and I couldn't be happier.
Holly, I'm so glad that you're here with us on AM Buffalo today to talk about your Diet Center journey, because, as you know, I'm on this journey too. And you have made amazing strides in your journey. Can you talk about how far you've come?
As of yesterday, I lost 87 pounds and 58 inches total.
What made you decide, I need to do this for myself?
It was health for me. Going to the doctor, being told, you know, you're overweight, you know that you're overweight, but hearing it actually makes it that much more, you know, real. Right. The Diet Center was recommended to me by my doctor, and I said, you know what, I have nothing to lose. So let's go in, talk, and see. And here I am.
Yeah. And come to find out, you had plenty to lose in the good way, right?
Yes, yes.
And you know what? Tell us a little bit of background on you in terms of, some of the, if you could, some of the health conditions that you were going through and how, it really was a very important decision for you.
Sure. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I'd been dealing with that for a very long time. The numbers never really came down. And I have a thyroid issue, and just my knees. My knees started hurting. I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get, something done here. I'm going to end up with surgery on my knees.
Yes.
And as of my last doctor visit and the blood work, my cholesterol is in normal range. I'm not on blood pressure medicine anymore, and my knees feel great. So I'm actually running on a treadmill, doing elliptical, taking walks. It just doesn't hurt anymore.
I am so proud of her accomplishments. What she did was fantastic. She was always such a good dieter. She followed the diet the way that she should, and the results are showing, obviously. And it just feels great to help people to feel better and be healthy.
Yeah, and how much does it mean to be compliant, to do everything that's asked of you when you join the program?
It means everything. It means everything. I mean, nobody's absolutely perfect every week, but to be as compliant as you possibly can is just going to be the best results that you'll get from the diet.
How grateful are you to have all of that now?
Oh, I'm so appreciative of it. It's such a simple solution once you actually, step forward into it and take the journey. Now, I have things to be grateful for. I always had things to be grateful for, but now I can see the big picture. I can enjoy life. I have my grandchildren, and I can run and play with them and just enjoy things I couldn't do before.
How do you feel?
I feel fabulous. I feel fabulous. I love shopping for clothes now. Just feeling good about yourself. It just radiates a whole different type of, attitude to everyone. So it's nice, and I'm enjoying it. I'm not going to stop either. This is not just a, go on it and lose the weight. I have to do this the rest of my life, and that's the mindset that I'm in now.
Yeah, and I love that we're doing this together at the same
I
time.
know.
What do you have to say to those folks who are out there saying, I would love to lose weight, I need to lose weight, but they think it's too hard or they're making excuses? What do you have to say to those folks?
You're the most important person. If you're not healthy and happy, you can't, be good for your family and your friends, and that just impacts your whole life. So you are worth it.
This is the sound of so many emotions. Absolute joy, pride, relief, and utter disbelief that I could achieve something that I had given up on so long ago.
I didn't think I could do it. I will tell you that in May when I signed up for this, I was just kind of like, whatever, it will be great. It will be great. And I kind of looked at her and I go, I think you're crazy. I have to tell you, I really did think that it was ridiculous because I didn't weigh 128 pounds for years, decades. And I said, there's no way I can go back to that. So it's just oh my gosh. I know, I'm so sorry.
Losing weight and being the healthiest me I could be. This amazing day was in September 2021. I have been in maintenance ever since and loving every second of it. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Let's rewind, because in order to know why this is such a huge achievement, you have to know where this all started. Not 4 months ago when I joined the Diet Center, 40 years ago. Like so many, I grew up eating too much sugar. And while it wasn't a problem early on, I was forming an unhealthy relationship with food. Moms and dads know what I'm talking about when I say I put myself second to the responsibilities of parenthood, and I often used it as an excuse to eat poorly. For a very long time, I wore my pregnancy weight like a badge of honor. Mostly because I tried accepting what I thought I couldn't change. I have 2 beautiful, healthy children. Who cares about a few extra pounds? A few? Try 40 to 50 extra pounds. I tried all sorts of fad diets on the internet, with some results, but nothing that made me feel healthy. Warnings from my doctor about my family history rang in my ears. You could get type 2 diabetes or heart disease, not to mention your risks for certain cancers. And then in 2020, along came the pandemic. I gained the COVID-19 and then some. I needed to make a healthy change. And this was the day, in May 2021, that I stopped making excuses. I walked into the Diet Center in Amherst ready to do something amazing.
What's your goal weight? Where would you like to be? What's the least amount of weight you've weighed as an adult that you felt really good and you were healthy?
22 years old, I was weighing about 126, 128.
33.2 pounds
You can see me losing 33 pounds.
in about 3 months. If you follow the diet 100%.
I could barely believe what my diet coach, Sherry Zilio, was saying. The weight I put on over the course of 12 years, I could lose in a few months. But Sherry was right. I lost the weight. It wasn't easy. The first week was the hardest.
So hungry.
Sherry never wavered in her belief that I could make my goal, and she was a straight shooter.
I always say it, if you could do it yourself, you would be there already. You need a coach to tell it like it is, and I don't sugarcoat anything.
Sherry and all the diet coaches at the Diet Center really had my back. They were so positive and supportive, they kept me on track. I was able to stay on the program and keep losing weight through vacations and birthdays and holidays. And over the past few weeks, after reaching my goal weight in September, I transitioned slowly back into eating regular food. And it's glorious. Not just because I can indulge every now and then, but because Sherry taught me how to eat and what to eat at every meal to keep the weight off.
We're gonna teach you how to read labels. You have to read labels.
Oh, I'm so not good at reading labels.
Yeah, we're gonna teach you about simple carbs, complex carbs.
With the Diet Center's help, food no longer controls me. I can enjoy myself, my health, all sorts of fun with my family, and of course,
This
fitting into my old clothes again.
is my prom dress.
I know it sounds cliche to say, but if I can do it, you can too. And it's true. The Diet Center program works. To say they changed my life would be a huge understatement. I think the tears say it all.
Remember how good you feel and never undo it.